गर्ल्स, आज हम करेंगे नैरेटिव स्टाइल एंड यूज़ ऑफ लैंग्वेज इन कांतापुरा. सो गर्ल्स, Raja Rao, along with Mulk Raj Anand and R.K. Narayan, is one of the three pillars of Indo-Angelian fiction. Kantapura was published in 1938 and is considered as a classic in Indian English fiction. Classic is a work that is exemplary, noteworthy, and masterpiece. So, it is one of the masterpiece creations by Raja Rao. In the present novel, Rao experiments with third person narrative. The narrator in the novel is Achakka. The whole novel is seen through the eyes of this old woman. Instead of using Western style, the writer uses ancient Puranic method of storytelling. And according to him, Puranic method of storytelling is true to Indian atmosphere and it gives an Indian flavor to the novel. Rao tries to show the difference of language that is used by educated men and uneducated men. In the novel, the novelist explores various superstitions of Indian culture, and Rao also uses the popular Indian words and phrases which are typical to Indian culture, and he tries to Indianize English language. The novel explores Gandhian philosophy of truth, non-violence, and sacrifice. We can analyze a literary work through its narrative technique, and it is an important angle to judge a work of art. In this light, Raja Rao's Kantapura is a triumph of narrative art. Triumph means जीत. उनके narrative art की एक जीत है अगर हम उनका narrative style देखें. In this novel, the writer has tried to use popular Indian myths and superstition to give Indian flavor to the novel. तो जो राइटर है उसने बहुत सारे इंडियन जो आपकी मिथ्स हैं, कहानियाँ हैं, पुरानी कहानियाँ और अंधविश्वासों को भी दर्शाया है और पूरे नॉवल को एक इंडियन फ्लेवर मिल गया है क्योंकि बहुत सारी इंडियन ईडियम्स, प्रोवर्ब्स और भाषा का लिटरल ट्रांसलेशन उन्होंने किया है. There is a use of ancient Puranas. Instead of using Western style, Rao uses ancient Puranic method of storytelling, which according to him is true to Indian atmosphere. It provides an Indian flavor to the novel. He does not follow Western concept of chapter division in the novel. कांतापुरा is narrated as a continuous tale. एक लंबी कहानी की तरह इसको सुनाया गया है. थर्ड पर्सन नैरेटिव है. द नॉवल इज सीन थ्रू द आइज ऑफ अचक्का. जो राव है वो कहानी को ओरल ट्रेडिशन ऑफ स्टोरी टेलिंग के अनुसार वो सुनाते हैं. इट इज़ विदाउट एनी ब्रेक. बहुत लंबी लंबी लाइन्स हैं जिनमें ब्रेक नहीं है. While giving the details of geographical location of Kantapura, he says, "Our village, I do not think you have ever been heard of about Kantapura. It is one of the province of Kara. It has high ghats, mountains that face the cool Arabian seas. Up the Malabar coast is it, up Mangalore and Puttur, and many a center of cardamom and coffee, rice and sugarcane." बहुत लंबे लंबे सेंटेंसेस का यूज़ किया गया है दैट शो द कंटिन्यूस फ्लो ऑफ थॉट्स ऑफ इंडियन पीपल एंड ही हैज़ यूज दिस टाइप ऑफ नरेशन इन अदर स्टोरीज ऑल्सो. नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज एप्रोप्रिएटनेस ऑफ लैंग्वेज. One of the important aspects of Raja Rao's narrative style is his appropriate use of language. He molds the language according to the situation. Rao has tried to present language of each and every person. हर एक व्यक्ति की अपनी भाषा को उन्होंने दिखाया है. एजुकेटेड लोग अलग टाइप से भाषा को यूज़ करते हैं. The narrator of the novel is an old lady. When she talks about goddess Kanchamma, she speaks like a typical old lady. If the rain comes not, one needs to fall the feet and ask Kanchamma, you should be kind with us. Our area is at its peak and you should provide water to us. Tell us, Kanchamma, why do you seek to make our stomachs burn? For the young, Murthy is a young and educated man, so the way he uses language is different from the other people in the villages. He expresses his Gandhian thoughts and ideas thoroughly like an educated man. Rao also shows that women use language differently. Their main concerns are household work, dresses, and domestic manners. In this manner, the author provides an Indian touch to the novel And the narrator also use various modes of addressing people as brother, sister, mother, father, uncle, auntie, older brother, older sister, etc. Now the next point is use of flashback technique. The Kantapura is a straightforward narrative, but the writer also uses flashback technique in order to give stylistic effect to the narrative. Achakka narrates a story of her past life to her grandchildren. She tells the story in very confusing manner due to her age. While narrating the story, she is not able to remember the names of Indian gods. Sometimes she gets also confused between Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Kantapura has three stands: political, religious, and social. These all three stands mingle in Kantapura. The religious stand is provided through Kanchamma, who is the super power goddess in the village. The political stand is provided by the Gandhian disobedience movement that is led by Murthy, and the social point is provided by the hierarchy system, where the Brahmins are at the top of the ladder. Then the writer has also portrayed the religious superstitions in the novel. The villagers have deep faith in Kanchamma. They believe that everything that happens in the village, whether it is a marriage, sickness, death, plowing, harvesting, arrest, release, all are washed over by Kanchamma. There is also a temple of Kantapureshwari in village. People pray to her and they say, Kanchamma, Kanchamma, goddess benign and bounteous, mother of earth, blood of life, harvest queen, rain crowned, Kanchamma, Kanchamma. They sing praise to her. And then the social background of the people is also depicted. There's a caste system. They are Brahmins, Parihar, potter, weavers. The Brahmins are the upper part of the society, but the condition of Dalits, Parihars, and women is very bad. They have very little space, and this division of community is vividly presented in the novel. The other is the use of various Indian myths. Like T.S. Eliot, Virginia Woolf, Raja Rao has used many myths in Kantapura. He has chosen various famous holy books like Mahabharata and Ramayana, which are known to all the people in India, and he has pointed to them. He uses the myth of goddess Kanchamma, Lord Rama, and Lord Krishna. He presents this myth in the novel. Goddess Kanchamma is a goddess that presides over the death and birth and all the important events in the life of villagers. Secondly is Lord Krishna, who is presented as a mythical character. The narrator compares Lord Krishna to Gandhi and Britishers to Kansa. Then there is a comparison with Lord Rama also. Swaraj is Sita, Mahatma is Ram, and Nehru is brother Bharat. Murthy is presented as a visible avatar, whereas Gandhi is presented as an invisible avatar. So, the structure of Kantapura is Puranic. Mythical characters are juxtaposed with the present time. तो जो mythical characters हैं उनको वर्तमान के समय के पात्रों के साथ रख कर दिखाया गया है. There is an Indianization of English language. So many words have been used which are Indian, which have been translated in their manner in which we come to know that reflects Indian culture. For example, well, if the heavens will it and the elders let our family creepers link each other. And various religious ceremonies Rao has translated without any hesitation, like God's birth celebration ceremony, rice eating ceremony, hair cutting ceremony, death ceremony. So in the conclusion, we say that novel starts with simple narration about one of the villages in South India. Later it evolves to entire India. Raja Rao blends various myths with that of Gandhi's freedom movement very harmoniously. To show the genuineness of his novel, he used the Hindu epic myth. Rao uses these myths in order to achieve his goal. It is not only the myths but his intellectual power and his ability to utilize the Indian words that makes the novel popular. तो गर्ल्स जो ये सारा है आप लोगों ने प्लीज़ याद करो इसको, और आप, it is one of the important questions that can come in the examination.